Hey, what's up, guys? So I just got done attending the 4-day Tony Robbins event in Anaheim, California, and it was the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within event. I know he has quite a few different events, and man, to make a long story short, totally recommend it. It was a lot of fun, a lot of breakthroughs. It's my third time seeing Tony speak. The first time was in Dallas, at some like random business conference 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. He was on stage for a couple hours, so did like a little short, introduction to his world, pretty much. Second time was at ClickFunnels, the Funnel Hacking Live in Vegas earlier this year, and yeah, this is my third time, and I signed up for my fourth time, which will be in 2 months from now for the Date with Destiny. Okay, so yeah, it was a fun event, man. A lot. If you're interested, like learning how to pump up your state, for example, if you're into like Owen Cook, his teachings from RSD, he talks a lot about like pump up your state, right? And Tony is the absolute master on this, right? He's the absolute master on like um, different techniques and different like ways of putting stuff. Oops, sorry, I got a random call. But anyways, it threw me off. But different techniques and different ways of like putting stuff so that your state is always pumped and that you're always feeling good and that you are, you know, learning how to go from a low level energy to feeling confident, feeling great, feeling high energy, right? And like it's hard to describe right now because obviously you have to be there, but it was a huge amount of that. And really great for even that alone. There's all different guest speakers too, but that alone, just learning how to like, I thought I knew about that stuff before. It really took it on to a deeper level going to this event here at Unleash Power Within, and man, so that was like my favorite thing. Really, was like learning how to pump the state, and getting into that like learning about the suffering versus the beautiful state, and basically most people are living this suffering state, right? Things will go our way, you know, we're thrown off by the stupidest, dumbest shit, right? But Tony really breaks down really well of like the difference between that and like how it is to be in a beautiful state. What is a beautiful state? Like being that high energy, high vibe, high vibration. There are certain people you meet throughout life, right? You just think of many right now who, are just who have that charisma, who have that high, you know, energy, that high, even not just have to be energy, just like that good vibe about them, right? They're in the good spirits, right? Maybe have all kinds of shit thrown their way during life, but they're still in good energy, man, good spirits. They might be, 5'2", but the guy has like a presence that fills the whole room, right? Because he's in that high energy, high pumped up state, right? So it's really a beautiful way of living your life, man. And it's one of those things. It's not like I feel like it's not just like a temporary like of course, I'm making this a rapture event, but I really don't think this is stuff that's like, okay, like a 4-day thing, and you're going to, like, a week from now, you're going to be, like, back to baseline. I mean, it's up to everyone's individual, whether you're the type of person who's going to implement stuff you learn from anything, right? School, going to university, buying a course online, whatever. It's up to you whether you're going to implement it or not. But I really do believe, man, that this is not just temporary. It's not just some temporary, rah stuff that's gonna like I'm gonna go back to like how I was before. No, I think my life has definitely changed for the good by going to this event. I think that I'm gonna definitely implement these strategies and techniques and mindset that I learned from the event for my whole rest of my life. And I was impressed. I think it was a good event. Like what I paid. I bought the ticket at the ClickFunnels event. It was like a couple $100 off, but it was around $500 to $700, something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's even it was like $1,000 more. It's worth it, right? It's something I learned a lot. It was great. Made friends, man. If you're a single person, especially, man, you're gonna, bro. I was surrounded like so. For first of all, like you're gonna always have fun. Like I'm the type of person like I'm not big into like going to clubs to dance and stuff like that. But I found myself dancing and having fun, letting loose at these events because they do a really good job, man. And there was a guy next to me, a little bit older than me, who I felt he was the same way, right? He was kind of like more rigid at first, and then he let go too eventually. It's like really good event. Like you will let go eventually. So my tip to you, watch, is that try to let go sooner rather than later. You'll get more out of the event, but just have fun. And regardless, you're gonna have fun just by being around all these people who are having fun. Okay, so they're doing a really good job. Just pump up your state, pump your state, pump up your state. Um, And yeah, man, it's been, sorry I lost my train of thought for something I was gonna say, but yeah, it's been really cool, man. Oh yeah, also going as like a single person, man, I was surrounded by women. There was like older women in front of me. You know, these two, you know, still older than me. I'm 31. So there's ladies who are like, I guess, who are in their 50s, whatever, in front of me, and then these other ladies, you know, in front, a little bit off to the left, who are, you know, in their later 30s and stuff. Bro, I got hit on quite so fucking much during this event, and yeah, it's just the good vibes are flowing, man. It's the good vibes, and so if you're anyone, single woman or a guy, bro, you could possibly meet someone there. You know, I've left with, you know, a couple of numbers, and definitely some connections, people who I'm gonna see, hang out, connect after the event, and even if it's just not just like, you know, dating and stuff like that. It's more of like just general connections. You know, these are the people you want to be with. You know, whether you live on the same state or completely different sides of the country or world, these are people you want to have in your life, man. This digital world, like people you want to be connected with. So go to these events, man. It's a game changer. I'm signed up for Date with Destiny. Is in 2 months from now in Florida. I'm super stoked because I heard that's like UPW, but like on steroids. So I bought my ticket for that, and I'll let you know after I do that event what I feel. Okay, so long story short, go to it. I don't think you'll have any regrets. I think you'll have a lot of fun and definitely learn a lot. Okay, so anyways, guys, peace out. Have a good one.